Good day, and thank you for taking the time to review this proposed cybersecurity and ransomware protection policy framework for the Edmonton Police Service. As EPS continue its digital modernization, cybersecurity has become a critical operational requirement rather than a background IT concern. Today, I will present how this policy strengthens service delivery, protects critical systems, and support EPS strategic goals. For today's agenda, I will introduce the policy, importance, business model alignment, rollout plan, policy components, employee adoption plan, the KPI consisting of description, alignment, template, targets, success for EPS, and final call to action. This policy outlines the safeguards needed to defend EPS systems from cyber attacks, improve the resilience against ransomware, ensure continuity of emergency service, and protect unauthorized access to sensitive police and citizen data. It applies to sworn members, civilian staff, volunteers, vendors, and contractors. The purpose is simple: ensure our digital policing systems remain secure, operational, and trustworthy. Why this matters? Cyber attacks against law enforcement agencies have surged globally and are the top ransomware targets due to its mission critical digital services, which Edmonton Police Service may face. If EPS faced a ransomware attack, our 911 dispatch, records management systems such as body worn camera, and digital evidence repositories could be disrupted, putting public safety at risk. Court cases could collapse due to lost evidence, and sensitive criminal intelligence data could be leaked, which would damage the trust and operational readiness of EPS. A single incident could cost millions and create long term trust issues with the community. This policy is designed to prevent that outcome. How the policy framework could align EPS business model. The primary mission of EPS is public safety and effective service delivery. This can only be achieved if our systems remain operational 24/7. This policy directly ensures that EPS emergency services remain operational. Handling of justice related data is secure, which will support goals of accountability, community trust, and operational excellence. It also aligns with federal and provincial information security expectations for justice sector data handling. In the next slide, I will discuss the rollout plan of the policy framework. Phase 1 is the awareness and communication. The policy announcement from Chief Office, which is Cybersecurity Affects Officer Safety messaging campaign. Phase 2 is the training and onboarding. It's going to be a role-based training for Patrol 911 admin, micro learning modules, and 10 minutes each, monthly phishing simulations. Phase 3 is technology deployment, consisting of MFA enforcement, endpoint detection and response rollout, backup architecture upgrades. For Phase 4, it's going to be enforcement and monitoring, quarterly audits, reporting KPIs to leadership, and annual policy review. The framework includes six key elements. First is network security and segmentation to limit spread of attacks. Second is mandatory MFA for all EPS systems. Third is ransomware specific protections such as endpoint detection tools and offline backups. Fourth is mandatory cyber hygiene training for all staff. Fifth is the incident response procedures tailored for police environments. And lastly, vendor security requirements for all third-party tools used by EPS. Policy success depends on people. We will roll out quarterly micro training, phishing simulations, and appoint cyber champions in each division. Training is role based for patrol officers, 911 operators, forensics, and admins get different training based on the risk they manage. This ensures the policy is not theoretical, it's something everyone actively supports. To ensure accountability, we will track performance using key performance indicator. First is phishing failure rate. This is the percentage of employees who click simulated phishing emails. The target would be less than 5%, and the strategic alignment, it supports EPS goal of integrity and accountability. The second is mean time to detect incidents. This is the time between attack occurrence and detection. The target would be under 30 minutes, and the strategic alignment is it ensures continuous service delivery. Third is the mean time to respond. This is the time between detection and containment. The target would be less than 3 hours. Strategic alignment of this is it reduces operational disruption. Fourth is patch compliance rate. This is the percentage of devices with current updates. The target would be greater than or equal to 98%. Its strategic alignment is to prevent ransomware entry points. Fifth is the backup restoration success rate. This is the percentage of successful test restores. The target would be more more than or equal to 95%. The strategic alignment is to ensure evidence and records survival post incident. And lastly, the MFA adoption rate. This is the percentage of accounts protected by multi-factor authentication, and the target is 100%. Strategic alignment is insider threat and credential theft mitigation. These KPIs give leadership a clear understanding of our cyber readiness. For the template, uh, it consists of name, the owner, strategic objective or goal, questions to the answer, objective or the target, description, frequency, and data sources. So these are the fields found in our template. Our targets include reducing phishing failures below 5%, achieving 100% MFA adoption, ensuring at least 95% successful restoration during backup drills, reaching 98% patch compliance, reducing mean time to detect MTTD to less than 30 minutes, and reducing mean time to respond MTTR to less than 3 hours. These are realistic and measurable goals that reflect industry standards. What success looks like for EPS? When this policy is fully adopted, EPS will maintain operational continuity even during cyber incidents. We will prevent data breaches, protect evidence integrity, and reinforce trust with courts and the community. EPS will be recognized as a leader in secure, resilient policing services. In conclusion, cybersecurity is now a critical component of public safety. This policy framework strengthens EPS resilience, protects sensitive police data, and ensures emergency services remain uninterrupted. I ask for your support in implementing this policy to uphold EPS commitment to safety, trust, and operational excellence. Thank you.